I'm Meteorologist Nicholas Herboso for this edition of Next Weather. This time we're talking flooding and reflecting on how this time of year can be active. As we've been reflecting on all April, I want to bring up another weather event in our history that once again was just the cherry on top when you're talking about active weather and lots of rainfall, and comparing that to what we've seen recently with the drought that we are in, but also comparing it to the current weather pattern that we have going on right now here at the end of the month of April 2026, which is a slow-moving front that has been giving us locally some rain showers off and on, and some higher rainfall totals than what we've seen over the past few days. This is different though. This was back in 2014 where this slow-moving front had enough moisture with it to produce some historic flash flooding. This is, of course, the April 2014 flash flood, April 29th and April 30th. This was historic stuff, and I was here for this. I remember this very, very, very vividly because I live in South Baldwin County, and it was extremely, extremely wet. I remember this vividly. So let's talk a little bit about this event. If you maybe are new to the area and have not heard of this event, I'm not joking when I say this was not a tropical storm. This was literally just a slow-moving cold front. Just a slow-moving cold front. And it dropped spectacularly high amounts of rainfall. So what happened here, this was a flash flood that came in a couple rounds here, associated with a cold front and low pressure system that produced some very, very serious flooding. Widespread flooding happened across our area because of these rounds of rainfall. I mean, we had some huge sinkholes, roads were cut in half, plenty of human water rescues, and even fatalities. Yes, fatalities with this event. This event, in some ways, beat the rainfall records of Hurricane Danny, which is, if anybody's an old-timer or has been here for a while, 1997 Hurricane Danny, that is the rainy one that you remember. This, in some areas, was worse. This was bad. This was just bad. So the radar estimated event rainfall total between 8:48 p.m. on Monday, April 29th and 9:20 a.m. on Wednesday, April 30th was around 22 to 26 inches in the South Baldwin County area. And what you're looking at here, this is one of the rounds of rain that fell out of the two. And you see high reflectivity there in that radar image on the left. This is around 8:30 to 10 p.m. And that image on the right is at 10 p.m. on the Escambia Bay Bridge, which looks like a canal with water in it. This is incredible stuff here, but you can see the rain. It was just like a fire hose, and it never stopped. It just never stopped. So there was a lot of rain that was falling. I have plenty of pictures to show you. Let's go and look first here at some of the rainfall totals from the event. This is the total two-day estimated rainfall. And again, this is an estimate. These are not the actual observations. I have some actual observations to talk about here. But you can see that that purple color, we're getting around the 18-inch range. I mean, it is serious how much rain fell here. Because of these rounds of rain, it was just rain that kept going over the same area. And it was high rainfall rates as well that caused a lot of problems. Take a look at this here. This is a note. In Pensacola, 5.68 inches fell in 1 hour between 9 and 10 p.m. on April 29th. This hourly amount lies between a 1 in 200 year and 1 in 500 year flooding event. Isn't that absolutely incredible? Let me talk to you about some of the other rainfall totals that were observed. I mean, these are crazy. Some rainfall totals from CoCoRa's stations, which are individual observation stations around the area. 17.2 in Mobile, 14 inches in Mobile, 14 inches, 13.54 inches. Orange Beach, 1.3 miles east of Orange Beach, 19 inches. Silver Hill, 21 inches of rain, 5 miles southwest of Silver Hill. 3 miles northwest of Fairhope, 14.29 inches. And even when you get up to places like Bay Minette, almost 6 inches of rain there. Northwest Florida, 19.56 inches at Pensacola, 9.2 miles northwest, 20.39 inches in Milton, 10.9 miles southwest of Milton. So really some incredible numbers with the rainfall totals that we had. And take a look at this. This is an incredible chart here. There's the Orange Beach total that I was talking about. There's Silver Hill at 21.8, Foley 20.76, Milton 20.39, 19.56 there in Pensacola. I wanted to show some of the sinkholes that we saw. This is actually a screenshot. I'm not joking. It's a screenshot from our weather coverage during that year on Fox 10 News. And it's just incredible. That huge sinkhole, that's on McGregor and Dauphin Street in Mobile. A huge sinkhole that developed there. That familiar face is Lenice Lagan, and she is standing at Honey Road in Fish River. This is definitely my neck of the woods. For those of you that do not know, I am from Baldwin County, born and raised. And this is definitely near me. Fish River can get up there, and in this case it did. This was Hurricane Danny level stuff that we dealt with. And this was on April 30th. And what you see, I mean, incredible. That is a road that she is standing on. And that road bends around that corner. See where the, I'll point this out here, where that little covering is. There's like a parking lot there. The river itself is out here. I mean, that's just incredible stuff. So, I mean, I love this picture. This is an amazing screenshot here. I'll take you to this one. This is Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith looking at the river gauges. That is Fish River, and that's the crest there, 23.18 feet. That was record-breaking stuff here. And such an incredible event to look at in history. But we want to bring this up and contextualize this. Don't want to just talk about the event. I'm just kind of rambling on how crazy it was, but let's contextualize this. So this was a stalled frontal boundary that draped into the area. It was a very active period, a very active setup. Let's look at what's happening this year. By this point in 2014, we were at a rainfall surplus. This was a lot. And we are at a massive rainfall deficit right now. This is unusual, what we are seeing here with this kind of drought. We do not want this kind of drought going into summer because that will cause even more issues, especially when it starts to get really hot. So let's talk rain increases real quick. Over the next 7 days, and you can see Friday, we really boost up that rain chance. Going into Friday night and Saturday, that is going to be a high chance of rain for you. As a system moves through, this front has stalled, and there's going to be a low pressure system that moves across. Now, we're not going to see flooding, and we're not going to see rainfall totals like we saw in 2014, but we are seeing a slow-moving front and low pressure system. That's the kind of setup that we get this time of year. I also want to direct your attention to Wednesday into Thursday, especially the first half of the day on Thursday. We're going to have another front that comes through here, and that will give us another opportunity of rain. So just some things to think about there, but I wanted to bring back, again, a historic event from 2014. This is a reminder that April can always be an active time of year, and this is just one more thing I can say to prove the point. I'm Meteorologist Nicholas Herboso.